Hello, it's Guido coming at you with a quick tactics talk tidbit thingamajigger. A QTT, this time guest help with IQQ4U from Clan Boops, who sends in this pretty fantastic technique. All right. Did you ever get blind shot by people way across the map and wonder how they do it? Well, there's several ways to do it. We're going to get one technique here. Probably the most obvious for me is a situation where you find a position, let's say this guy right here, all right, and he's outside of your draw range like the KV4 is. See, he's got the KV4 lit. And you look at the terrain, you go, ooh, okay, so say the KV4 was actually over here on this side of the rock. You see the marker, you see the terrain, and you make a great guess that he's probably sitting right there, even though you don't have a light on him, because notice that he's outside of draw range. That's that outside render range. Draw range, same thing, outside that circle. So that would be an obvious one. There's no trees in the way. There's nothing to stop you from seeing it. But check this out. If we look for the KV4, we have a lot of stuff in the way here. It's sort of difficult. We're not going to get a highlight because, like I said, he's outside of draw range. Now, this is the kind of thing that great players do right here. So check this out, and I want you to watch what QQ does here, all right? And this is possible now because of the zoom out. It's always kind of possible. Look how he's sort of trying to figure out where that is. And then watch this. So he zooms out, he takes the pipper, and he puts it on the position that he thinks it is by the rock right there. Look at the gun line. See how? I'll try to line it up exactly like he has it. Let's just go back to his view. There we go. See how the gun line is right on the KV4 marker right there? And he's got the elevation more or less right as he's sort of paying attention. Now, I wouldn't say go around playing this game shooting like this all the time, but he's way back here hanging out. It looks like there's not a good push going on right now. And we've got a lit KV4, and there's a shot of opportunity right here. Okay, it's the old adage, every shot you don't take does no damage, right? Again, I wouldn't sit here shooting away at spots on the map just because there's a light, but you can use techniques like this to figure out where people are. So let's get back to his view and watch what he does here. Okay, 400. Nicely done. Now you can see now, and some of you are going to be better at this. My eyes are getting older, and it can be a bit of a problem for me, and it's hard to see, but you can, if you look at that rock, it's really difficult to see, probably even worse on the rendered video here, but there's a rock right here, and just to the left is the edge, and that's right where his gun line is, and that's exactly where he pointed the gun. All right, so you use this pipper, and wherever you put it, that's where your gun is, right? You do have to watch for the server reticle, as you can see that dude right there, or the lagging reticle, or where the gun's really aiming, whatever you want to call it, because it does take a while for the turret to traverse there. But once those two line up, and you set that thing right there on the edge of that rock, that's where that dude is peeking out. You also have to pay attention to the minimap. He could very well be behind the rock. It's really hard to see. I have the minimap as large as possible right now on the bottom right here, but it looks like he's on the edge of it, and nothing ventured, nothing gained. He shoots right there and puts a shot into the KV4. The last thing I'll say about this particular technique or blind shooting in general, and we're not going to cover just shooting bushes and things, we can talk about that another time. I just wanted to show you this technique right here, is this is where a lot of the hacking accusations and things come from. It would be hard for the KV4 really to know that this guy's outside of draw distance, but if he did know that, he'd probably be like, oh, hacks, you know, cheater, blah, blah, blah. Well, no, it's just a player who knows the maps, he knows the game mechanics, and he knows the technique to make this happen, right? What's the percentage on this shot? If I was to hazard a guess, and some of it has to do with the skill of the player as far as knowledge and where to aim and all that good stuff, it's probably a 25% shot. I'm just pulling a number out my rear end right there. On some of them, though, it can be quite a high percentage shot, especially like I was saying earlier, if you can see the thing you're aiming at. So, for example, let's say we come over here, that bush, right? We have a guy who's on the edge right here, right about here, okay? And we know he's in that bush. Well, we can aim pretty easily. We can certainly aim pretty easily. We can see all these rocks. We can see the positions they can be in. We check our gun line. You can see how it swings around, and it's right on the guy. But when you have a situation like this with a lot of crap in the way, zoom out like QQ did, put that pipper right on that dude, wait till the gun gets online, fire away. And there you go. Quick tactics tidbit for today. See ya.